Hello students, in previous class we discussed about atomic grading and how it is changing in periods and groups. Today in this class we are discussing about ionization energy. Okay, so what is the meaning of ionization energy? The energy required to remove an electron from the outermost orbital or shell of a neutral gaseous atom is called as ionization energy. So what is the meaning of ionization energy? The energy required to remove the electron from the outermost orbit or shell of a neutral gaseous atom is called as ionization energy. So you know about outermost shell, no? Okay, outermost shell, valence shell. Okay, so to remove the electron from that outermost shell, so need some energy. Okay, so the energy is required to remove the electron from the outermost orbit or shell of a neutral gaseous atom is called as ionization energy. The energy required to remove the first electron from the outermost orbit or shell of a neutral gaseous atom of the element is called as first ionization energy. Okay, so the energy required to remove the first electron from the outermost orbit or shell of the neutral gaseous atom of the element is called as first ionization energy, and the energy required to remove the electron from the unipositive ion of the element is called as second ionization energy of that element. So what is the meaning of ionization energy? Ionization energy is nothing but the energy required to remove the electron from the outermost orbit or shell of a neutral gaseous atom is called as ionization energy. The energy required to remove the first electron from the outermost orbit or shell of a neutral gaseous atom of the element is called as first ionization energy. Means the energy required to remove the first electron from the neutral gaseous atom of the element is called as first ionization energy, and the energy required to remove the electron from unipositive ion of the element is called as second ionization energy of that element. For example, here one equation is there. M plus IE1 gives rise M cation plus electron minus equal to IE1 first ionization energy. Okay, so here M plus IE1 gives rise M plus electron minus is there, means M is nucleus gaseous state of atom. Okay, and IE1 means ionization energy. Okay, so then what happened? Here M plus means M plus cation plus electron minus means M is neutral gaseous state of atom plus IE1 means ionization energy, means we are giving we are giving ionization energy to this neutral gaseous state of atom M. Then what happened? Why we are giving energy? We are giving energy to this neutral gaseous state of atom to remove the electron. Okay, to remove the electron we are supplying the ionization energy to the neutral gaseous state of atom. M is neutral gaseous state of atom. IE1 means we are giving ionization energy to that neutral gaseous state of atom. Why we are giving? We are giving energy, ionization energy, to remove the electron. When we remove the electron, then positive ion will form or not? Yes, in previous topic class we discussed, you know, when we remove the electron, then positive ion cation will form. Okay, that's why here M plus is formed. Okay, M plus means cation will form, plus electron minus means we are removed the electron, that's why M plus ion is formed. Okay, so here we are removed one electron, no, that's okay. Here we are removed first electron, no, so this is called as first ionization energy. This first ionization energy is showed by IE1. Okay, ionization energy 1. Okay, Next, what is the meaning of second ionization energy? The energy required to remove an electron from the unipositive ion of the element is called as second ionization energy of that element. Okay, so here when we remove the first electron from the neutral gaseous state of atom, M plus is formed. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, from that M plus means that is unipositive ion. Okay, that M plus is called as unipositive ion. From the unipositive ion, again we are giving ionization energy IE2. Okay, why we are giving? To remove the one more electron. Okay, so to remove the one more electron, second electron, we are supplying ionization energy 2. Okay, so then what happen? M plus 2 will form and electron minus means M plus. Okay, so second ionization energy definition what? The energy required to remove the electron from unipositive ion of the element. Okay, so here M plus is unipositive ion. Okay, for that we need some energy, that is second ionization energy IE2. Okay, so and we are removing the second electron, that's why M plus 2 will form. Okay, and electron minus means second electron we are removing from the unipositive ion. Okay, so we are supplying ionization energy to the unipositive ion. Once you observe the second equation, M plus IE2 gives us M plus 2 plus electron minus means here first we removed one electron, no, then unipositive ion. Okay, then for unipositive ion formed or not? For that unipositive ion again we are supplied energy, and then what happened? Again we are removing the okay, again we are removing the one more electron. Okay, again we are removing the one more electron, that's why M plus 2 will form, and electron means a plus electron minus means one more electron we are removing, no, then M plus 2 will form. This ionization energy is called as second ionization energy. Okay, so first ionization energy nothing but the energy required to remove the neutral gaseous state of the energy required to uh, remove the first electron from the outermost shell of a neutral gaseous state of atom is called as first ionization energy. When we remove the first electron, then M plus unipositive ion will form. So that is called as first ionization energy IE1. Okay. Next, the energy is required to remove the electron from unipositive ion of element. Okay. Here M plus unipositive ion is formed or not? M plus is nothing but unipositive ion. Okay. From the unipositive ion, okay, again we are removing one more electron from that. Okay, so the energy required to remove an electron from the unipositive ion, from this unipositive ion one more electron we are removing, means total 2 electrons we are removed. Okay, this energy is called as ionization energy 2, IE2. Okay, now we will discuss ionization energy of an element depends on which factors. Okay, we will discuss about ionization energy of an element depend on which factors. Okay, so the ionization energy of an element is depend on nuclear charge, screening effect or shielding effect, penetration power of the orbitals, and stable configuration and atomic radius. Okay, so the ionization energy of an element is depend on nuclear charge, screening effect or shielding effect, penetration power of the orbitals, and stable configuration and atomic radius. Okay, so on these factors the ionization energy is depend. So how the ionization energy is depend on these factors we will discuss one by one. First we will discuss about nuclear charge. Okay, so more the nuclear charge, more is the ionization energy. Okay, if the nuclear charge is more, then the ionization energy is more. Why? Because if the nuclear charge is more, then to remove the electron from the outermost orbit we need more energy. Okay, that's why if the nuclear charge is more, the ionization energy is more. Between sodium and chlorine, chlorine atom has more ionization energy. Okay, If the nuclear charge is more, then the ionization energy is more. Because okay uh, because the nuclear charge will be more, then that is attracting the last electron, means outermost electron, towards itself with more force. Okay, nuclear power will be more on the last orbital. Okay, so nuclear power will be more on the last orbital, so then we need more energy to remove the last electron, means we need more ionization energy. So that's why more the nuclear charge, more the ionization energy. Between sodium and chlorine, sodium atomic number 11, chlorine atomic number 17. Chlorine atomic size, chlorine atom has more ionization energy. Okay, the sodium and chlorine, these two will come in the same period, yes or no? So in that, chlorine that has more ionization energy. Why? Because in the period left to right, what happened, atomic radii is decreasing. Okay, atomic size is decreasing. Why? Because nucleus power will be increase in the period left to right. So the nucleus power will be more on the last electron. Okay, so here between sodium and chlorine, chlorine proton numbers are more. Okay, in chlorine proton numbers are more. Okay, means nucleus power will be more in the chlorine. So to remove the electron from that chlorine, we need more energy. That's why it has more ionization energy when we compare with sodium. Next, one more factor, screening effect or shielding effect. So what is the meaning of screening effect or shielding effect? Now we will discuss. More the shells with electrons between the nucleus and the valency shell, they act as a screens and decrease the nuclear attraction over the valency electron. This is called as screening effect or shielding effect. More screening effect, less ionization energy. Okay, between lithium and cesium element, cesium with more inner shell has less ionization energy. So what is the meaning of screening effect or shielding effect? Screening effect or shielding effect is nothing but more the shell with electrons between the nucleus and the valency shell, they act as screen and decrease the nucleus attraction over the valence electron. Okay, if the number of shells are more, then do you know about the shells? No, K, L, M, N, like that. Okay, if the number of shells are more, then what happen, between the nucleus and valency shell, the shells which are between that act as a screens and that decrease the nucleus attraction on the valency electron. Okay, so if the number of shells are more, the shells which are present between the nucleus and valency shell, that between shells are act as a screens. Okay, so if this okay, and then the nucleus power will be decreased on the valency electron. This effect is called as screening effect or shielding effect. Okay, between the nucleus, if the number of shells are increasing, then between the nucleus and last shells, middle some shells will be there, no, that shells are acting like a screens. Okay, then what happened, the distance between the nucleus and valency shell is increasing, no, then the nucleus power will be decreased on the valency electron. Okay, this effect is called as screening effect and or shielding effect. Okay, more the screening effect, less is the ionization energy. If the screening effect is more, ionization energy is less. Okay, why? Because distance is increasing now. Okay, the valence electron distance is increasing from the nucleus, so nucleus power will be decreased on the valence electron. That's why we can remove the electron easily. So that's why we need less ionization energy. So for example, between lithium and cesium, the element cesium with more inner shell has less ionization energy. Between lithium and cesium element, cesium with more inner shells has less ionization energy. Okay, lithium atomic number is 3, means electronic configuration 1s2 2s1, means first 2 electron will come in first shell, next 1 electron will come in second shell, means it requires only 2 shells. cesium atomic number is 55, means it need more shells or not? Yes. So cesium atomic number is 55. So to accommodate the electrons in the shells, it require more shells. Yes or no? Yes, it require more shells when we compare with the lithium. So the shells present between the nucleus and valency electrons that are acting like a screens, and that is decreasing the nucleus power on the valency electron. That's why we can remove the electron easily from the cesium. So that's why cesium has less ionization energy when we compare with the lithium. Next, one more factor, penetration power of the orbitals. Orbitals belonging to the same main shell have different piercing power towards the nucleus. Okay, so orbitals belonging to main shell, okay, different piercing power towards the nucleus. For example, 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f in the penetration. Here this 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f are, these orbitals are belonging to same main shell, but these electrons are entering into these orbitals in different manner. Means first that electron entering into 4s, after that 4p, then after 4d, then after 4f, like that, that is entering. Okay, so therefore it is easier to remove the 4f electron than 4s. Means we can remove the electron easily from 4f when we compare with 4s. Okay, so between beryllium and boron, so here beryllium electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2, and boron electronic configuration is 1s2 2s2 2p1. So in these elements, boron has less ionization energy due to less penetration power of 2p when we compare it to 2s. So here electrons entering into 4s, 4p, 4d, 4f, these are the orbitals. These are belonging to same main shell, but electrons are entering into in this in different manner, like 4s, after the electron entering into 4s, then after that is entering into 4p, then after that is entering into 4d, then after that is entering into 4f. So here we can remove easily electron from the 4f orbital when we compare with the 4s. Okay, between beryllium and boron element, boron has less ionization energy. Okay, so why? Because due to less penetration power of 2p orbital when we compare it to 2s. Okay, so here when we compare with the beryllium and boron, boron has less ionization energy because less penetration power of 2p when we compare with 2s. Means beryllium atomic number 4, its electronic configuration 1s2 2s2. Okay, boron atomic number 5, its electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p1. So in this, the element boron has less ionization energy. Why? Because due to less penetration power of 2p. So if we compare with beryllium and boron, beryllium atomic number 4, electronic configuration 1s2 2s2. Boron atomic number 5, electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p1. So in beryllium 2s2 is there, last shell. In boron last 2p1 is there. So here it is not filled completely. Okay, penetration power is less in boron 2p1 orbital when we compare with the beryllium 2s2 orbital. That's why this boron has less ionization energy due to less penetration power of 2p when we compare to 2s. Next, one more factor, stable configuration. It is easier to remove one electron from oxygen when we compare with nitrogen. Okay, this is because nitrogen has stable off-filled configuration. So stable configuration is nothing but oxygen atomic number 8, its electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p4. Okay, nitrogen atomic number 7, its electronic configuration 1s2 2s2 2p3. Okay, so here we can remove the electron easily from oxygen. Okay, when we compare with nitrogen. Why? Because nitrogen 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Once you write the electronic configuration, so 1s2 means 1s2 2 electrons will come, 2s2 means in the 2 electrons will come, 2p3 means in px 1 electron, py 1 electron, pz 1 electron will come. Means it is in that px, py, pz, then in that each and every orbital filled with 1 electron. Means we can say this is half filled configuration. Okay, so then it will have more stability. Okay, if the element, if its orbitals are filled with if the element all orbitals filled with 1 electron are completely okay, if that is completely filled, then that will become stable. But here nitrogen is nitrogen 2p, nitrogen px, py, pz, these three orbitals are filled with 1 electron. Means of these three orbitals are filled with 1 electron. No, means this is called as half filled configuration. Then this will become stable. But in oxygen, atomic number 8, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p4. Means 1s2 2 electrons will come, 2s2 2 electrons will come. In 2p4, px 1 electron, py 1 electron, pz 1 electron, and one more electron will come in px only. Means in px 2 electrons, py 1 electron, and pz 1 electron will come. Okay, so in that oxygen, 2px 2 electrons are there, 2py 1 electron is there, 2pz 1 electron is there. Means it is this in that p 3 orbitals not filled with 1 electrons. Means not have a filled configuration, but not filled complete electron. Means total 6 electrons are not there, or total or 3 electrons are not there, 4 electrons are there in that p orbital. So in that p 3 orbitals will be there, px, py, pz. Okay, if that px, py, pz, if that is occupied with 3 electrons, then we can call that as a half filled configuration. Okay, if that px, py, pz, if that is occupied with 6 electrons, we can call that as a full filled configuration. If the element that having a filled configuration or full filled configuration, then that will become stable. So from that we can remove the electron, we need more energy. Okay, so nitrogen having like that, means nitrogen in that nitrogen p orbital px, py, pz that are filled with 3 electrons, means half filled configuration, that is more stable. To remove the electron from that, we need more ionization energy. But in oxygen, 2p orbital px 2 electrons are there, py 1 electron is there, pz 1 electron is there. Means in that 3 not there, 6 not there, 4 is there. Means it is not half filled or full filled. Okay, so that's why we can remove the electron easily from oxygen when we compare with nitrogen. Why? Because nitrogen has stable half filled configuration. Next, atomic radius. Okay, more the atomic radius, less the ionization energy. Okay, if the atomic radius is more, ionization energy is less. Why? Because atomic radius is more, ionization energy less. Why? Because atomic radius more means so number of shells is increasing. Okay, atomic radius means what? The distance between the nucleus and the last shell is called as atomic radius. If the atomic radii is more, when atomic radii will be more the number of shells are more, then atomic radii will be more, then ionization energy will be less. Why? Because atomic radii increasing means number of shells are increasing, so the distance between the nucleus and last electron will be decreasing, so nucleus power will be decreasing on the last electron. That's why we can remove the electron easily. Okay, so to remove the electron easily, we need energy, no? That only ionization energy. So that's why if the atomic radii is more, ionization energy will be less. Okay, so example, ionization energy of a fluorine is greater than the iodine. Okay, so fluorine ionization energy is more when we compare with the iodine. Why? Because fluorine atomic number is 9 and iodine is 53. Atomic number 9, iodine atomic number is 53. So this fluorine has less shell, iodine has more shell. That's why fluorine has more ionization energy. Why? Because that is close to nucleus. That's why. Okay, and iodine is far to nucleus. Okay. Next, this ionization energy is decreases as we go down in a group. Generally increases from left to right in the periodic table. So this ionization energy decreasing in the group from top to bottom. Why? Because from top to bottom and atomic radii increasing in the group. Atomic radii increasing, so ionization energy is decreasing. That's why in the groups ionization energy is decreasing from top to bottom. But in the period, ionization energy left to right increases. Okay, why? Because in the period left to right, atomic radii is the period left to right atomic radii is decreases. Why? Because in the period left to right atomic number is increasing, and nucleus power will be more, and that is pulling the last electron towards itself with more force. Yes or no? We discussed in the previous class. So nucleus power will be increasing on the last electron. No? So to remove that electron, we need more ionization energy. Why? Because nucleus power will be more. That's why in the period left to right ionization energy is increases. Okay, so in the groups ionization energy is decreases from top to bottom. Why? Because atomic radii is increasing. And in the period ionization energy is increases left to right in the periodic table in the period. Why? Because in the period left to right atomic radii is decreasing. No, that's why. We will discuss about ionization energy of an element depend on which factors.